It's Henry Tarter, and today's report is going to be on the little country called Ukraine next to Russia. So I have a map here with me real quick. I'm going to show you where Ukraine is located on the map. So Ukraine is right about here next to Russia. It's bordered by Belarus, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, and Moldova. It's a medium-sized country in Europe. Its capital city is Kyiv, right here. It happens to be one of its larger cities in the country of Ukraine. And so today is going to be our country of interest. And I like to point out, like right up here, this is where Chernobyl is. That's going to come up in a little bit later. So it's north, on the northern part of Ukraine. So now we're going to move on to the actual report portion. So Ukraine. Ukraine is obviously a country bordering Russia and is next to Moldova and other Eastern European countries. Its capital city is Kyiv, which is the largest city in Ukraine, both by size and population. Ukraine became a country on August 24th, 1991, after the breakup of the Soviet Union, since it collapsed within itself due to financial struggles. Its current government system is mostly a republic. There is a prime minister and a president that help rule the country, but it is mostly a republic. And Ukraine is, out of the total population, about 8 million people speak Russian, which makes up about 30% of the country. The main language spoken in Ukraine is Ukrainian. Alright, and moving on, Ukraine is known mostly for its production of sunflower and wheat. It used the sunflower and wheat to help support USSR when it was still unified. So now we're going to move on. As I previously mentioned, Chernobyl is in the northern part of Ukraine. So we're talking a little bit about the Chernobyl disaster. The Chernobyl disaster happened on April 26, 1986, when reactor number 4 exploded, releasing toxic fumes and radioactive material everywhere. It spread throughout most of Europe, coming down as radioactive dust, and cancer rates across Europe for the next few years increased. The Chernobyl disaster was mainly caused by a faulty design flaw inside the reactor itself and a breach of safety protocol by the staff. While the USSR released only a death total of 54, it can be reasonably inferred upon that about up to 830,000 people were killed directly as a result of this disaster through cancer and radioactive poisoning. The town now is mostly of Pripyat, which is pretty close to Chernobyl. It is nearly completely abandoned except for the few people that want to come visit Chernobyl and the people that just refuse to leave. So this is my report on Ukraine.